Oh, are we gonna have an opera? Please tell me we're gonna have an opera. Please, please, please. What a tongue twister. I've had made a complete fool of myself if I tried to say it on stage without practicing it first. Call yourself the Iron-Tongued Tian, Wobbly-Tongued Tian, more like it. I used to have that problem a lot. But if you just take your time to grasp the meaning and commit it to memory, you'll be able to say it smoothly in no time. You're right, Miss Yoon. I'll give it another try. Hey, Yoon-jin. Fancy seeing you here. What are you two talking about? And who, may I ask, is this? You may call me the White Horse Adeptus. The White Horse Adeptus? She's cosplaying as one. Well, certainly looks like a lot of fun. You know, I find it odd the fact that we're actually doing that with them. That they end up saying cosplay when, for one, we know the Adeptus exists. So what would be the problem of just saying that, okay, here's an Adeptus? It'd be one thing, but then again, I guess they don't do it for all of them. I guess maybe some of them have to have some secrecy. Zhongli keeps his identity as Geo Archon secret, even though I still don't understand why. Venti is somewhat known, Raiden is already known, Nahida is known, Farina was known as the Archon. Why is it that the Geoland is the only one where the Archon is trying to stay hidden? I don't get that still. Funny you mentioned this type of thing is actually something I'm quite familiar with. Once to perform through the eyes of a dragon, I decided to imagine that I was Rex Lapis himself. It was the only way to truly inhabit his mindset and understand his resolve to quell those demons. Sounds like you just wanted an excuse to feel all big and powerful. Hey, you just don't understand how inspiration works. You're one to talk. Paimon's traveled all over with me with traveling. She's seen things that would make your jaw drop. Alright, since you claim to be so knowledgeable, why don't you prove by reciting an ancient poem? Ancient poem? Which one? See? You mean to tell me you've never even heard of a poem called an ancient poem? What kind of title is that? Quit teasing, Paimon. We only just found out about that ourselves. He's talking about the writing on those ancient relics. When we first saw it, we couldn't figure out what it all meant. So in the meantime, we decided to just refer to it as an ancient poem. However, thanks to the painstaking work of the scholars who were tasked with decoding it, it seems like that's exactly what it was. Or rather, an ode offering the veneration of the moon and the White Horse Adeptus. Didn't your Ching mention that before? It's got something to do with Longon, right? That is correct. The Minister of Civil Affairs issued a notice stating that although it is true that the moon may disappear tonight, we should be in no danger. In other words, there's nothing to fear. But if you're worried, we can always take a leaf from the Book of the Ancients. By reciting this poem, and calling for the White Horse Adeptus' aid, if we do that, I'm certain she'll protect our moon and keep us safe. Paimon has to get a look at this. Under moon eternal and radiant night, a maiden grants silk soft and light. Under moon iridescent and night divine, a maiden grants fiber for cloth so fine. Under moon of frost and night so great, a maiden grants tools to divine our fate. The fields are plowed, the seeds are sown, and from the earth life is grown. The seedlings stretch, the crops do rise, and all unfolds before our eyes. Fruits are gathered, sweet wine is poured, these gifts we offer to our Lord. Pure as heaven, so fair and bright, she shines as light in this dark night. And with her does this wish take flight. What that's supposed to mean? On the moon iridescent and night divine, blah blah blah, something colossal. Paimon cannot keep up. Something about fields being plowed, something else about seeds being sown from the earth. What is this? The fields are plowed, the seeds are sown, and from the earth life is grown. Whoa, you did that without even looking. Bravo, bravo! We have an expert in on this. Looks like this lady really does know her role inside out. If I didn't know any better, I'd have taken her for the real deal. That's because I am the real. That's the spirit! This is exactly the kind of mindset I was talking about. Behold, mortals, I am none other than the indomitable Rex Lapis himself. Kneel before my godly splendor. Believe me, young lady, I know exactly why you do it. Back in my day, I was just like you. I must say, you were rather amusing as mortals go. I'd say she's having fun. Miss Whitehorse Adeptus, it is a great pleasure to make your acquaintance today. I have some questions regarding the poem, and I was wondering perhaps you might be able to shed some light on it. You want me to explain the full meaning of its verses? Your guidance would be much appreciated. Excuse me for 1 minute. Okay, sorry about that. One of my friends was calling me. Your guidance would be much appreciated. Fascinated. Tell me, do all the people of Leeway still express such reverence for the ancient ways? It's true that we hold a deep fondness for our history, but it is hardly our only pursuit. One of my good friends, for instance, is even more devoted to the modern Fontanian art of rock and roll. And don't forget, great practitioners of the role-playing arts walk among us too, people like me and you, young lady. So rather than placing too much emphasis on our reverence for the ancient ways, it might be better to say that here in Leeway, 100 passions bloom, each with a voice of its own. I see. Then I suppose it wouldn't do any harm for me to enlighten. In truth, it is but a simple poem of blessings. Its meaning is this. As the eternal moon rises in the night sky, a maiden adored with lustrous jade descends upon the earth. She blesses the kudzu vines and mulberry leaves so that they may be used to make coarse cloth that is nevertheless soft, light, and comfortable to wear. As the iridescent moon rises in the night sky, a maiden adorned with lustrous jade descends upon the earth. She blesses the kudzu vines and hemp so that they may be used to make fine, luxurious cloth. As the frost moon rises in the night sky, a maiden adored with lustrous jade descends upon the earth. She blesses the mugwort and artemisia so that they may be perfect for divination. So she really did come down from the moon. She shows the people how to plow and spade to purge the land of weeds, till the soil and heap up the earth and make it fertile. Then with the hoe she teaches them to sow the grain, bestowing the promise of life upon every seed. She blesses the millet and the beans, ensuring that the stalks of vine stretch forth without end. She graces the wheat and the rice so that their heavy heads are filled with plump, glistening grain. Sounds like she's a real pro at all this farming stuff. The fruits of the field are harvested and brewed into sacred wine for honored guests. This we reverently present to the divine maiden, with every ceremonial step flawlessly observed so that she may witness the depths of our piety and respect. O divine maiden, how can your graceful presence in the sky not seem like that of a fairy descending from the heavens? O divine maiden, how does your pure and radiant form not resemble the guardian spirit of our land? I send my heart's desire, ascending to the heavens, beseeching you to grant us good fortune and blessing in the coming year. So that's what it's supposed to mean. I find myself speechless, moved beyond the power of words to convey. O young lady, you have shown me the heights to which a true role player might aspire. Truly remarkable performance. I did not anticipate that anyone could unravel this poem with such depth and clarity. And so soon after the Ministry of Civil Affairs noticed too. I'd even begun to consider myself somewhat versed in the matter, but as they say, there's always someone more knowledgeable out there. Allow me to extend my thanks to you, Miss Whitehorse Adeptus. You are far too humble, young one. I must confess it is I who have been surprised, not only by you, but also by this Leeway harbor of the present day. So you're not from Leeway. And what, may I ask, has surprised you about it? It's nothing really, just some old memories scattered here and there. Very well, my guides. I suppose it is time we set forth on the next part of our excursion. I'd like to go see that wharf now. What say the two of you? No problem. We'll take you wherever you want. Before you go, allow me to introduce myself. I am Yunjin, director of the Yunhan Opera Troupe. May I ask your name in return? My own name is scarcely worth mentioning. But since you asked, perhaps I'll tell you the title of that poem instead. So it isn't actually called an ancient poem? Its real title is Odes of Lang, Zibai. Odes of Lang, Zibai. Alright then, until we meet again. Alright, I'm gonna clip what I have now, again, so that way I can try and cut out that long point of Silence. Should be the last 15 minutes, I believe.
神というのは天上の存在だ。たまには地上を歩き回るべきだな。
Wait a minute.